How you doing, fellow Trojans? My name is Phil Payne, and this is my third semester at USC in the MCM online program. Um, you caught me on game day, so hopefully you guys are just as pumped as I am to watch the Trojans beat the farm. So that's a little later today, and hopefully maybe by the time some of you watch this, it already happened. So I live up in the Bay Area right now, so the Stanford and Cal presence is strong. So I gotta represent. Um, anyway, a little bit about me. I'm in the United States Coast Guard. I'm a senior chief, and I'm currently in a position where I'm shop supervisor of surge staffing. So that is, we kind of have a lot of different roles that we do, but basically we find people to fill positions that temporarily have a need throughout the Coast Guard around the world. If somebody gets hurt or has to be replaced for whatever reason. Another thing that we do is we put a large influx of people into positions, into situations like a hurricane. I've been working pretty hard lately with Harvey and now Irma, so my hands have been pretty full on that. We fill hundreds or thousands of jobs in a surge capacity. So that's what I'm doing. That's kind of I've in the past I've done a lot of different things: search and rescue, law enforcement. Most recently and most closely tied into what I'm doing now, I was the chief of Coast Guard recruiting in Los Angeles for 4 years. That was really interesting and kind of got me my wheels turning for what I want my next job to be, which I don't exactly know what it is yet, but I like dealing with people. I like recruiting. I like communicating, advertising, things like that, marketing. So this is right up my alley. Let's see here. I don't blog. It's a cross between maybe feeling like what I have to say isn't that important, as well as kind of being a little creeped out that other people have instant access to who you are all the time, what your thoughts are, and spreading too much personal information. Maybe it's the military in me or homeland security type stuff. I'm pretty protective of my online footprint, if you will. Maybe that'll change at one point, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. I know that is unrealistic for the future. We're all have very public digital lives now, so maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll get used to it. Shopping online, it's where I do most of my stuff. I'm a chronic sports equipment and not paraphernalia, but merchandise shopper. So I like doing that. I like doing Facebook. I do a little bit of Instagram. Do a lot of sports reviewing, people's stories or their columns, things like that. Something that I might actually be interested in doing one day. I'd love to work for the Trojans at some point, or maybe even the Chargers, the NFL, something like that. Stuff I'd like to learn. The way the whole process works, I know it's kind of weird, and I sort of understand it, but I'd like to know more about how they identify what you're into and how they how companies market directly towards people. You see stuff all the time. It's like directly things that you looked up on Google, stuff like that comes at you. It's very tailored towards who you are as a person and what your searches have been and things like that. So I'd like to learn a little bit more of that and stuff that I don't even know that I don't know yet. So I'm really excited to learn from that perspective. Things I like doing: I love to tailgate. I love to go camping. I love to go to the beach, barbecue, scuba dive, live sports, watch sports. That's that kind of thing. That's who I am. I like to be a part of the action. I like being around people and a lot of energy and stuff like that. Gotten really into barbecuing this summer. Got a smoker, so I've been doing pork shoulder and ribs and all kinds of that stuff. Obviously, like steaks and that kind of more traditional stuff as well. Things that I hate doing: I hate making the bed, doing dishes, that type of stuff. I've always hated math, and I've always been horrible at it. So I do simple math really well, but anything above, I don't know. Even it's embarrassing to say, but even algebra, and beyond is just I just don't dig it. Going to the dentist, running, and moving are also things that I don't like to do. I've moved way too many times with my job. I'm looking towards the twilight of my career now, getting towards that 20-year mark, and I do not want to move ever again. I want to go back to Southern California and call it quits. I want to go back home. So best vacations, food. I mean, I think I kind of covered the food. I also like sushi and pizza and Just about anything besides. I like pretty much most food. Yeah, sushi, barbecue, pizza. Those are kind of my top favorites. I like going to Hawaii. I've been all over the country, moving around for jobs and things like that, and going on deployments. So I've enjoyed that. I'd like to go to Europe. Haven't been there yet. I'd like to see the real Colosseum, the original Colosseum. That really interests me. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to the semester. Glad to be back. Glad to be to be back in the energy and the progress that the program has, and I'm looking forward to getting that piece of paper with my name on it that says University of Southern California, because I've been a lifelong fan. So anyway, fight on, guys, and we'll see you soon.